Hey, it's 7:30.
Yeah! Welcome to the
Seven
Player 4
anniversary.
Podcast live stream. Happy birthday episode edition.
Coming at you live. We finally get to say that and actually mean it.
On Wednesday.
One year, guys. One birthday year.
Well,
thing.
it's
How
live
did we make
minus...
it this far?
How?
I don't know.
I tried hard and believed in myself.
What?
I've cried myself to sleep in the corner a few times.
What about
You
cake?
guys only made it because I made you go long.
You should on the podcast stream have a picture of a cake.
Hang on.
You can do that.
I can do that. Hang on.
And we have Andres here because we want to go long, apparently.
Yep.
But also because we love Andres. He's awesome. And he's been hanging out with us for the past hour.
Mostly that for. Let's be
Yeah, in honor of of the past, we're going to have him on, so we have to break it into two parts.
Oh, no. We're not doing that. We had the pre-show. So, yeah. 1 year, guys. Should we introduce ourselves before we start reminiscing?
I don't know,
Hello.
should people know us by now after 1 year?
No! Maybe. I don't know.
He turned into my daughter.
No. I am Tristan, aka Shagrazira on the Rooster Teeth website.
I'm Alex, aka Chaos Black 21.
I am Joseph, aka J Dunlap.
And I am Malachi, aka Tsukikima.
And I'm Escalante, also known as my real name, which is just Andres.
He's paying so much attention.
No, can you say
Oh, I
your
wasn't
full name
paying
again?
attention. Shut up!
Say your full name. Say your full name.
You want me to say my full name? Pedro Andres Tomás Escalante Aquinas Pedrosa Guevara de la Rosa.
There was some serious slurring in there. I think he made half of that up.
Wait,
It's-
It's a really long name. It's Pedro Andres Tomás Escalante Aquinas Pedrosa Guevara de la Rosa.
like
It's awesome.
legitly?
Yeah, like legitly. Spanish
Like
people have long names.
legitly? Wow.
Yeah, it's-
Mexicans have long names.
Full name.
I
Why
bet
not
when
with
your mother
us?
wanted to say your full name when she was irritated at you.
No, it's just like that's my full, like, if you go to Mexico, that's the name that, like, whenever someone tries to trace your lineage, that's the name they go for.
Wow. Like whatever, it's like you knew you were in trouble if your mom said your full
Oh
entire
God, no!
name.
Not only was I in trouble, I was dead.
She said that full name.
She said that like run.
Well, you know what they say about guys with really long names.
Haha. Big
I
shoes,
They make
right?
podcasts go long.
Ah!
So speaking of going long,
Ho-ho!
and that's not a reference to the Super Bowl, although I was at a Super Bowl party on Sunday just because I was invited and it was fun. I didn't watch the game though. In the halftime show, it had a football game. No, speaking of going long, we are a year old, guys. A year ago today is when Tribute to Monty Oum episode 1 of P4 Podcast went online to YouTube.
Yeah, we don't
And
speak about
we-
episode 0.
We are still alive as individuals,
We're
as a
still alive.
podcast.
How did this
You stuck
happen?
with it. You didn't fizzle
You
out?
know, if
We're still
if one of
alive.
us, yeah, if one of us did die, would would the rest have stopped the podcast?
No?
We don't talk, we don't talk about that.
It's like, oh man, Tristan's gone, but yo, that Deadpool movie was funny, right?
Ah, nobody likes me.
Speaking of someone who doesn't die, that Deadpool movie, guys.
Didn't you
Just
call it?
segue.
I thought you said it was called Skull Poople.
It is called
Yeah.
Skull Poople, but we'll talk about that. But
It's
a year, guys, a year. We had episode 1, we had episode 0, we had episode 2, and then we had a lot of great guests over the past year. We had Met 317. We had GB 3300010033 Grady, and we had Sailor Tweak, and we had Stuart and Andres.
Yeah.
And
Let's
Obo
see who else
Crazy.
have we had. Obo Crazy.
Didn't we have
and-
Bree and Jenny
We had-
Gacy?
Yeah,
Jenga Ship.
and Jenga Ship and Malachi, who is now a regular, and my wife was on the Christmas episode. It's been an awesome year. So Tristan and I thought it might be fun if we went around the table as it were, and just talked about our favorite moments for the past year from
Tristan
P4 and
and you.
P4 Craft and P4 Bytes.
Having trouble deciding where I want the cake.
Not that Andres was the one who said, "Hey, you guys should just reminisce on the past."
Okay, it was Pedro Anles. Blah 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 blah.
That sounded pretty much the same as when he said it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Nailed
Just
it.
say it's
I was more
perfect in that
articulate.
accent.
Okay, it was Andres' idea, but Tristan and I okayed it. So
It's always
okay,
the
add
best.
Showbon to the call. Let's see if it breaks.
All right, Showbans.
Oh, God. This is where I get
Okay.
completely cut out on the call.
Alex, you have only ever missed one episode, and was last week, and it was the weirdest thing for me to come after Tristan. So
Gross.
I usually
Gross.
come before Tristan.
He beat me to
So
it.
I want you to be first and share your favorite memories from the past year.
Oh, my favorite memories. Wait, I don't want to go first. I wasn't ready for
Okay.
this.
Tristan, what about you?
My favorite memories? Oh, I would have to say that some of my favorite things that we've done so far have got to have been for the podcast, the table reading, and then just all the Minecraft stuff in general. But for the table readings, I think that one of my favorite ones was where I got to play the Joker. Not that I was any good at it, but it was fun.
That was really good and hilarious.
That sounded pretty gay, dude.
Yes, I guess it did.
It sounded pretty gay, dude.
Got trolled by Luigi.
It was pretty good. What was your favorite quote overall from P4 Podcast?
From P4 Podcast, my favorite quote? I think the one that we've lived up to the best has got to be "Embrace the Tangent."
Oh, you stole
Okay,
mine.
yeah.
Oh no, you're gonna have to come up with a different one of the many, many quotes that we've written in that. Go to the document. Just pick one.
My favorite quote was,
Showben hung up.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Oh, now he's here.
oh, nice. My favorite quote was whenever Haley said her name was Hazel.
That was from episode 3.
She was like, "Hey guys, I'm Hazel," and then you all gave her like mad shit.
It was like, she goes, "I'm Haley, aka Hazel." She's thought about it for a second, then Hazel, no! And
was
immediately, how do you screw up your own name?
Alex, did you think of something?
Well, I mean, Tristan stole my favorite quote, "Embrace the tangent." But, I mean, I guess I do like, if I want to say it again, and a fluffy thing.
Yeah. That's one thing I've missed, but we had to do it with the segment, but I do miss and a fluffy thing.
Yes, it's okay. I have my other caboose thing I get to say every time.
And then overall, what are your favorite memories from the past year?
Overall, I like doing the P4 craft. P4 craft starting up was good. As for podcast wise, the table readings, like Tristan said, the plot twists were an interesting concept that didn't always work.
They were hit or miss.
Okay, they were good.
They were
until
in and
everyone
out and in
stopped
and out.
caring, and then we recorded one that never saw air,
Mm,
and I was like, okay, we're done with this.
it didn't. Yeah, it didn't need.
Oh, Twitter games though.
Yeah.
Twitter
Twitter
games,
games.
Playing Twitter games with Rick Guerrero was fun.
great.
Okay, is it my turn? I'm gonna have a turn.
It's your turn.
Sure, I gotta think
Okay,
more.
so favorite moment from the entire year would be when I threw in "Oh yeah" in our trailer for P4 Craft with the teabagging, because
Yes.
that got the biggest laugh in the screening that SideQuest did at RTX. That was like the biggest laugh out of everything.
Yes, I thought that was good.
Like you guys, I really have enjoyed doing P4 Craft on mine. It's been a lot of fun to record. I enjoyed the Christmas episode where it was 6 of us and Gina was sitting next to me. I enjoyed the Sean Connery shenanigans when we did the plot twist episode, and then I made Haley do a Sean Connery Batman.
Yes.
Sean Connery.
And then when Stewart did his impression of Elvis, that was pretty good. And then we had Cabelvis. Can you do that again, Alex?
What?
Can you do Cabelvis again?
Oh, can I do Cabelvis? Okay.
Elvis J. Caboose.
Thank you very much.
But you have to do the
No. It's a haunting.
You guys both said your favorite table reads. I gotta think of mine. I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy was my favorite, just because everything was cast so perfectly. Like down to I was thinking of something else.
Actually, I can't remember what my favorite table reading is. I have to check it.
The one that Joseph said was my favorite table read.
Then Malachi was in the Christmas one. Would that be your favorite then, Malachi?
Was my only one.
Malachi was Gimli, sort of.
Sort of.
I realized afterward that we've done Gimli twice.
Yes. You mean you didn't realize that before?
I don't know. I just do those on the fly, man.
Ah.
I don't put thought into it. So
Gimli
Malachi,
was
what's
a
your favorite
bomb.
moment from either all those episodes that you watched or the episode you've been on?
I haven't watched them all yet.
I know, that's why I said that.
You son of a... Although I can say, out of the P4 history, since I got to do some of the Minecraft stuff, I really enjoyed your maze you made, and we did the maze stuff. I don't know if that's up yet.
It's not up yet, but the maze was
yeah. I got used to. I got to get used to like the releases of things when they're out, because I had a lot of fun with that at least. I don't know what else. Yeah, I don't know what else is all posted and up, so I can't say too much.
Woman Friday wants some cake.
I sent her a message telling her that we were streaming right now and that she should watch and join if she has the time.
Okay, so what were all the table readings we did?
Okay.
Wait, Shoban didn't tell us what his favorite stuff was. Did you forget he's here?
Well, he says I'm going to look through my files.
Oh.
Oh no, I'm still here. If you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just really echoey.
Am I? Oh, that's weird.
It's where he's always echoing.
Sounds like he's in the Rooster Teeth conference room where Rick was.
All by his onesie? Are you all by your onesie?
Oh, speaking of, Rick says hi, but he's working on Ruby Season 3. Or Volume 3.
Nice.
He's working on that right now, but he says hi.
That's awesome.
Okay,
But,
Shoban, what's your favorite moment from either when you've been on or just episodes you've watched?
I'd say, well, I was really only on technically once, but the chicken wing conversation we had was pretty awesome.
That was great.
That's still gonna be a thing. I feel like we still need to do that.
For the number of different images of chicken wings he pulled in to illustrate that one conversation, that has to be a thing, I think. I think there's a law.
Exactly.
Like the banana phone?
Yeah.
It must have been a very tasty conversation.
Not really. It was more of just kind of me standing somewhere and eating chicken wings to survive, pretty much.
Well, you're eating them to survive the 24-hour DJing session you were gonna have at RTX.
Was it 24 or 72?
I think you're putting a lot on him now.
I want it to be 72 now.
I've never agreed to 72 hours.
Well, too late.
Yeah, 72 hours. I don't even think I have that much music.
Listen, I have some insider knowledge on this.
Okay.
Okay.
This boy did say 72 hours.
Oh! I called
And
it.
I specifically remember telling him, like, dude, no.
Don't do it.
And his response was, no, man, I could do it. I could do it. And I said, no.
I don't think
just
he-
wants those
Cool story, bro.
I told him, I was like, listen, I know you can do it, but you can't do it. Like, I was all on board. He was so hyped about it. I was like, dang, maybe Shoban can do it.
Okay,
You
so
believe the
to
hype?
answer your question about the table readings, we've done 5.
Okay.
Emperor's New Groove,
Mhm.
where Kronk was Bane, and then Star Wars: A New Hope, and I made Tristan be Kelly.
Oh yeah,
And
I was
then
Han Solo.
Guardians of the Galaxy with Andres. Then we did RVB Season 4, where it was Joker and Luigi. Then we did A Christmas Story. And we're still planning on doing one with Stuart, but I haven't gotten one together yet. And maybe Shoban as well. We got to do one with him.
You guys should do Zoolander.
Yeah, we already have Zoolander in our plot twist episode,
Yeah.
You didn't think I
With
was such a
Sean
good
Connery.
Googleizer.
or the spaceship going in and out of the black hole.
No.
Cool.
What's a
Barbara's very pleased about this.
What's a Googleizer?
Okay,
I have a good moment that we
Okay.
did. It was when Matt 317 was on, and you were trying to say something, Joseph. Like you're trying to like tell Matt because like Matt wanted to say something, so you're trying to get his attention, and I just started cracking up.
The hyena face.
The hyena face came on, and you're just like, you know what? It's okay.
I'm just done. I'm done.
Everybody kept talking over each other, and it was just making Alex lose it.
Well, yeah, and then finally we stopped, and Joseph's like, "Okay, Matt, what'd you want to say?" And he's just like, "Eh, it was
No, I
nothing."
forgot.
Just like, boom, just start laughing again.
After all that.
All right, Andres, your turn. Favorite moments from the year.
My favorite moment from the year. Okay. My favorite moment, and this is like genuinely my favorite moment, was one of the. I don't know if it was the first time or it was the second time, but I was on the podcast, and before we recorded the podcast, you were like, "Yeah, we're only gonna go about maybe 30 minutes, maximum." And
Oh no.
in my heart, I knew that we were just gonna go 30 minutes, and I tried my best. And then at a certain point, I'm pretty sure Joseph was like, "Yeah, so we're gonna split this in 2, but yeah." I guess. It wasn't like he wasn't mad at me. He was just like, "Thanks for giving me more work to do, man."
Okay, I need to explain what happened that day.
It was 30 minutes in his heart. It's just minutes are longer in his heart.
Listen, I go by
Two
time
times
by
so
breath, man.
big. He's got room for more minutes.
It's a side effect of having a big heart.
Okay, I need to tell the story of that week. What happened that week, because that was what episode? It was like episode 12. Oh, hi Sarah. My daughter just barged in the room. So it was episode 12 or something. Hey, it's the gathering place where I used to work. It's probably Dove, whose wedding I played at. So my computer was in the shop, and so I could no longer do the method of laptop to PC. My daughter is walking around following Gina saying, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." Sarah, you need to go do something else while I'm live streaming. Okay, so the computer was in the shop, and yay, Dove is enjoying it. So the method I was using when we first started out to record was the method that Jonathan Cerna told me about, which was to have 2 computers going and record the Skype call through Audacity in a listening computer and talk on the other one. Right. And that's what I did for the longest time. But then the computer was in the shop, and at the time I didn't know about OBS. That's what we use now. That's why there's always balance issues, because the person talking doesn't get auto-balanced by Skype, which I'm sure Ken has to go through all the time. So I was like, okay, we're going to have to do multi-track for this one. So I made sure everyone knew what they were doing, so it didn't get screwed up. There was no fallback. If there was a track missing, that was it. The episode was dead. Or else I would just have to cut out everything related to that person. So bleep their entire existence, as we've made references to before. So we recorded, and then Andres made us go like 53 minutes. In his heart of hearts, it was 30, but it was actually 50, 52, 53, around there. And then I was like, okay, we're going to have to cut this in 2 parts. And it's not the first time, it's not the last time, it's whatever. I remember when we cut the Grady episode in half because he did the same thing to us. In his heart of hearts, it was okay, but he was on a treadmill, and it's whatever. So that episode, I took when I said thank you for joining us, and I took when Alex said thank you for joining us, and I split them.
How do you run long when you're doing something while on a treadmill? Shouldn't that be one of those things where 29, 30. All right, I'm gonna go have a taco.
Wait, was he on a treadmill? I thought he was on a bike.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was on a bike. Yeah.
Exercise bike, treadmill. What's the difference?
We were talking about what a Fitbit was. So
goes in your
it goes on your wrist. No, I don't think that's where it goes. The jawbone.
Great. Now I have 5 tracks to work through, and I learned the hard way what that entailed, which was everyone has background noise.
Yeah.
And the background removal tool is not perfect. As we found out when Sailor Tweak was on, there was a loud fan. Tacos are love and life. So, I mean, when you do a lot of noise removal, it warps everything. So I went through, and this is the way I do it all the time with, Draw 4. It's often multi-track, and that's my Magic podcast. So I go through when someone's not talking and just replace their silence with legit silence, so there's no background noise. But when I did that episode, it took as long to remove the silence from an episode because it was very back and forth as it would to listen to that entire episode. So it took me 50 minutes to remove silence from each track. 50 minutes per track.
Yes.
Then I had to go through and kind of do some mixing. I listened to it since then, and the mixing wasn't that good because I've learned a lot since then, but still I did some mixing. I did some cutting and slicing and dicing and moving things around so that 5 voices don't sound chaotic, or if there's a side comment that happens after somebody finishes talking before the next person starts talking. Tristan.
Wasn't me, man.
His laughs to opportune because that's all he was doing, as we recall from the panel. He's like, I didn't hear myself, and I sold on his track and was just ha 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 ha. So all told, I did all of that. I got all the tracks in there, which takes a long time to get a 53-minute track into a file. It takes 3 minutes of waiting for it to actually load in with the RAM. I have a good RAM too, and then you get all 5 tracks in there. Do the math on that. That takes a long time, and then you clean it all up. That's about 5 hours. And all told, editing the first episode, because I got to a certain point and cut, and I was done for the day, took a work day.
Yes.
And then the other one took about 3 to 4 hours as well. That is the story of that week. Thank you a lot, Andres.
For the record, I would just love to point out that I feel like maybe that was one of the best podcasts ever recorded in history. I may be a little bit biased, but
only a little.
Actually, you know what I really liked talking to you about was your comic, and I know that it's right now on hiatus, but
I was about to be please tell me you already know.
that was an awesome episode still.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm still writing for it, but Deco has found a job opportunity that is really good for him. And, he got engaged, and they're trying to set up all the, visa documentation and everything so he can move here. And I was like, man, you're a busy dude. Take some time. I'll write. We can get to this eventually.
Isn't he, 22?
Yeah. But, he's got these great opportunities, man. He's an amazing
what am I doing
artist.
wrong with my life?
I'm 24. What am I doing wrong with mine?
I'm 33. Shut up.
27 in 11 days.
Yeah, but that's only 11 days.
I love this. This happens every time on P4. When someone says their age, everyone else sounds off.
Joseph, where are you?
Sound off.
I'm 33. But I am teaching, which is what I got a degree to do, so that's good. And I made a lot of progress with my students today. It made me think maybe this teaching thing wasn't so bad. So, all these
you don't have anyone asking you to do push-ups this time, right?
What? What'd you say?
You didn't. You don't have anyone in your class that's asking you not to do push-ups, right?
Asking you not to make him do push-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, He's still in the class. He just hasn't said that lately. Although we did make a reference to it in the first day of class for the semester. It was
Nice.
the podcast. Tristan. The podcast goes, "I'm one." I am one, and what is this? That's great. You won the internet, my friend. So where were we?
Somewhere around you making kids do push-ups.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. Like, if someone brought that up in class, the first day of class. But I made a lot of progress with my students today. It made me feel like maybe I'm suited for this after all. You know, some days you're just like, is it me? Am I the problem? And other days you're like, okay, things are going well. So, anyway. Oh, I was going to say something. Because, Andres, you're here. And we did a panel together, RTX. Before Christmas hit, and I had like 3 or 4 videos to put out in a week.
Right.
I think it was 3 videos. I was actually working on that the video for the panel, and what I was doing was mixing the audio a little bit, bringing up me and moving you like down 50% because you were like deep throating the mic.
When you're good at something, show it off in public.
If you've got it, flaunt it.
So I'm also putting the PowerPoint presentation up on the upper right side of the screen because nobody turned the camera to show the PowerPoint presentation. So I'm mixing the audio, I'm getting the PowerPoint presentation in there. I was halfway done, and then I just got like buried in a pile of stuff to do, like grading homework for students, grading final exams, and then the holidays I had all the holiday videos, and then I had all the P4 craft videos that I'm still 2 weeks ahead on. Booyah. And now I'm thinking I might actually
Those
get
2
back
weeks
on.
are going to come up fast, though.
Yeah, those 2 weeks are going to come up fast, and after that second week, I've got to get another episode done. But we've got footage from like 3 other sessions, so it's not a problem. And then there's another thing I really want to talk about that I've told you and I've told Tristan and Alex and Malachi about, but I don't think it's a good time to actually make public. But I am working on a community project with another community group that's going to be awesome, and I'm really excited about. And when I can talk about it, like, it's not like they've told me to be hush hush, but when I feel like it's wise to talk about, then I will be talking about this project.
I could contribute.
Thanks for bringing it up.
There's a thing. This is. Have you met Joseph?
Thanks for bringing up this project that you can't talk about.
He's
like,
like,
get hyped for it, even though we don't know what it is.
He's like Mr. Suspense.
Yeah, my super secret project.
Yeah, it's every
Guys,
time
I have this project that I can't talk to you about, but it's gonna be really cool.
I'm doing
and I
this
can't
thing.
Talk to you about it, but let me tell you a little bit about it. But I can't talk to you about it.
I'm doing this thing over in this place. I'm not going to tell you all about it, but here's what I'm doing.
And
Dove
I
just
can't show you
shared
right now, but
with-
would you see it? Woo!
Boy,
Hey
it's
guys,
gonna blow
Dove
your
just-
mind. But right now, I can't tell you about it.
I'm going to deep throat the mic if you don't stop.
Listen,
Hey,
this is just
one of
like
our-
the podcast panel that we were at.
Hey, shut up. You're not drawing penises. Dove, who is in the chat, just shared the link to our Twitch, live stream on Facebook. Just so you know.
Woo!
That is the account gathering place.
That means
So-
that we can swear as much as we like now, right?
Why?
I don't know. Big people talk.
Balls.
Yeah.
Well, I don't censor the live streams. So there's that. So who has any other parting thoughts as we near the end of the episode? Let's talk about other
What are you
things.
talking about?
The
We're
Trizlex.
Yeah, let's talk about Trizlex.
Yeah, we're only at like 15 minutes in Escalante's Heart of Hearts.
Yeah, we got an hour left, right?
Well, hold on. Okay, we're reaching like half hour in the live
don't have to
stream
stop
show,
yet.
but
But we let's talk about other things. Let's talk about Trizlex and other disturbing moments on the podcast.
disturbing things on the podcast. So many disturbing things.
How about the truncheon running joke?
That will never die.
We're gonna make that a shirt, right?
Yeah. Speaking of t-shirts, Tristan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we do have a T-shirt that we're going to sell as soon as we find a way to do so. But it's already been commissioned, and Jenny Gacy drew it for us. And it is
I can help you with that.
the mug
I-
plus microphone equals podcast. And if you can help us with that, let us know, because it's a great shirt.
Can I put
I
it
can
up on the
help you with
screen?
We
Or
And
you
there's
just call
other
it
shirts.
We
Can
just
I-
released a shirt today for BitBlender, so we can give you some advice on where the best place to sell shirts is.
Let me
Would
know,
it happen
because
to be the meow loading?
Yeah, we did a BitBlender meow loading. What's the name of this game? I don't even know what it's called. It's some cat game on phones. It's called Neko Atsume.
Neko Atsume.
Yeah, there it is.
And basically each cat is a different member of the BitBlender podcast.
Cinnamon, no.
Cinnamon, no!
Shiva, no!
That was one of my favorite videos by Joel.
That was
No,
a
but yeah,
classic.
Joseph, I can give you info on how to get your
Yes,
shirts
please.
and all that jazz.
'Cause
Because I
we're
mean,
gonna-
they sell for really good prices too, and they put your shirts on sale all the time.
We're going to be
whenever
doing a
you
lot
sign
more
up.
shirts. Now
Yeah,
that we're
for
at
sure.
a year old, maybe it's a good time to start doing that. We've got
Absolutely.
one commission. We're going to start commissioning more. Tristan has already kind of designed one that we're going to refine and then put out.
Yep.
Embrace the tangent.
Yes. I started working on that
And then
one.
we've got to do language is the worst. We've got to do so many creatures and a few others. We've got a whole Google Doc full of them. And we need to just have the classic P4 shirt as well, because I want to wear that at RTX.
No, that's
And
perfect.
we should
I
do-
mean, the best place to do that would be like TeePublic, because there you can search like for us, you go to TeePublic and it's got a search bar. Type in BitBlender and it shows all of our shirts. So you
Yeah,
can do the
help me out
exact same
with that
thing with
after
3 or
this.
4, and it's super simple to use. We've even got like Friday Night Flash stuff up on there.
That's awesome.
I got
yeah.
this. I got the.
Let me know when that goes on sale.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Shoban, I want you to know that it's not you. Whenever I get the email about Friday Night Flash, it's that I'm always doing something on Friday night. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm working on the podcast, or I'm at F&M, or something like that. I'm always like in the middle of something when I get, like last week it was the Pro Tour. The Magic Pro Tour was on. I was like, I gotta watch the Pro Tour. It's Magic, and I'm addicted. So
It's it's magic.
you know.
But no, don't worry about that, man. Like it's all good. I know like Fridays are usually a time where like everybody's busy, and yeah, I'm just kind of experimenting with a lot of things with that now. Like last week, I actually for the first time just released a video live stream of me DJing for Friday Night Flash, so you can actually like
What?
watch me. Yeah, you can actually watch me as I use like my turntables and everything too. So that's
Do you have to get
and I
dressed now?
What's up? Yeah, I have to get dressed now. I actually have to like put on some like proper clothes and do whatever. But
See,
I
this-
have like. Sorry, what was
I'm
that?
just saying, this way now, people can see that he's actually doing something and not just like faking it and being like, all right, I'm just going to put this on and I'm just going to sit back and
Yeah.
eat my chicken wings.
Oh man.
You know
Well,
what,
I'm gonna do
Shoban?
that one day.
I need to send you another exclusive for Friday Night Flash.
Okay, do it, man. Like the last one was like awesome. I still try
That
to
was a
put
lot
that
of
in. If I can.
Nice. Theme from P4, man.
Yeah.
I need to change our theme and use a different part of it or something at some point, because it's a long piece, and it's not even done.
Phrasing.
Wait,
Sure,
so, hey, for year 2, are we going to come up with a different theme then to start off?
Maybe I'll use a different part of the same piece, dub salsa.
Tough sauce.
Dub
Gina.
salsa,
So,
yeah, they-
okay.
Gina.
Let's talk
Gina.
RTX. Because Tristan
RTX
and Alex are going to be in Guardians again.
of the Galaxy.
that's awesome.
Hey, let's
And
talk about
it-
RTX and how we should have another panel.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, we need to have another panel, whatever that is. Like, I
Podcast
like the
102.
introduction one. I was thinking we could do, like a podcast of the Rooster Teeth community sort of podcast panel
Because
or
I
something.
feel
I don't
like
know.
I feel like getting drunk up at a table again.
Okay,
This is
so
what happened last year. This
that's
is what
not
happened
what
last
I
year.
did.
Joseph was
recovering.
absolutely serious the entire time, and the rest of us were just like, we're gonna have beers. And I got up at the end of the podcast, and I was like, oh, I need to sit back down.
I watched that panel too.
My
So
guardian
good.
was so nice and brought me a Gatorade, and I needed it after being a specter the night before.
What you got to do
Also,
is
I really hope that we have another thing like last year, where we're all at Buffalo Billiards and we all start singing Queen.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
Like
missed that because I was
Ken and I
upstairs.
started that, and it just went insane. Like we
I
felt like
still
kings that night.
I can't believe that still happened. Like that was amazing.
You know what?
So-
You know what I want to see on the schedule for RTX? I want to see a Bit Blender panel, a Player 4 panel, a podcast production panel. That'd be freaking awesome.
Let's just
We're
take over.
definitely gonna have a Bit Blender panel,
competition.
and I
Yeah.
mean, if Joseph, will have us, we'll do a podcast panel with him as well.
Yeah, I've got to figure out a new angle for it because we did the production one. Anything past that is like super advanced stuff, right? Like waveforms and that kind of jazz, which would have less of an appeal. So I've got to come up with another angle because the one we did was very universal. We had a lot of experienced podcasters there, like Obo Crazy and everyone. So I've got to come up with a concept that to maybe just have the same four or something, or maybe bring in Shobon as well.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
We
Well, the
got to
thing
figure it
is,
out.
well, the one thing what like I really liked about the panel was not only just sort of the basics of like setting up the podcast or anything, but all of you kind of said the same thing where it's like, don't give up, just keep going. Like you got to stick with it, but at the same time, if you feel like it's just a job, pull out right away. Like those sort of things sort of stuck out with me.
Hey yo,
And-
pull out.
Let the man talk.
don't do it.
But no, that stuck with me on even how I do Friday Night Flash. Like I kind of use the same principles and just like those concepts. So it's really cool.
It can be a grind to be consistent, but as long as you still have moments that make it worth it, it's kind of like teaching, right? As long as you have a moment that makes it worth it, then you can keep going. Occasionally it's like, it's Wednesday already, but I like these guys. I want to record with them. It's fun. Once I've done recording, I feel rejuvenated. Like when I told the poop story after we were done recording a few weeks ago. Like, I was very glad that we weren't recording when I told that story, but what happened was I was sick.
No, don't say it now.
I was sick for a week, and I didn't record, and so I really missed it. And so the following week, we just chatted for a while after recorded, and I told the poop story. I feel like I should tell the poop story.
No, don't tell the
Don't tell the poop story.
I mean, I kind of want to hear the poop story.
Damn it, Shoban.
Because everyone was laughing so hard, I was like, part of me thinks I should have recorded this, and part of me has, knows better.
Just tell the
But
poop
now-
story.
I just want to know whether the chat is going to tell me to tell the poop story or not. If I can tell the poop story, and that we could end with that, because we like to end on poop stories.
We like to end on high classy notes.
Like when we made the Taco Bell joke.
I like Taco Bell.
Should I tell the poop story, or should
Just
I tell a
tell
story
it.
like Yar Yar Hum?
Let's find out if the gathering place wants you to tell the poop story. We'll wait 15 seconds.
Okay, Dove and Bree and Shane, if you're still there, should I tell the poop story?
Please say
This is
no.
called interacting with your chat.
Please say no.
Da-na-na-na.
Well, we have to. Don't do that. We need to wait the 15 seconds for them to actually catch up and hear us asking them questions.
Yeah, it's quite a delay. I didn't set it to. Oh,
I'm
telling the poop
Gathering
story.
place wants him to tell the poop story.
I didn't set it to reduce delay because I wanted to be sensitive to those with a connection like mine and Alex's. So here's the poop story. I got a problem about a year ago during spring, like around the month of spring break, around March or so, and it was basically E. coli or something like it, and that's the worst. The doctor told me it was basically like E. coli or something. He didn't know exactly what it was, but it consisted of things going out both ends. That's the beginning of the story.
It gets better.
It gets better. So what happened was I was at church Sunday morning and I started to have burps that kind of tasted like burnt popcorn or like rotten eggs. That's how it started, and I was like, "That's not good." And then I
This
used the
is
restroom
hateful.
twice that morning. You know how when you have diarrhea, it starts off as just normal poo. This is high class stuff right here.
I really don't.
I
So-
really don't.
I
It does have some crappy jokes, Woman Friday. So
I keep forgetting
as
that
the day
Joseph is a dad
progressed,
and he's okay with talking about poo.
hey, I've changed poopy diapers. They are the worst, but this was worse. My story is worse than a poopy diaper. So the smell was worse. So as the day progressed, I'm telling a more detailed story than I told before. This is more than just the poop story. This is when I got sick and went to the hospital. So as the day progressed, I was on the toilet more and more, and Gina and I got concerned because back in the day, people would die from that. And I was drinking water and everything, trying to stay hydrated, but it was a problem. We went to the ER in the evening, and then I stayed overnight because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They had me on an IV drip, and like the thing stuck in my arm. If I bent my arm, then the alarm went off. And this was all a few weeks before spring break last year. The podcast was already going on, and then that was when the problem started, because I started throwing up at the hospital that night. And if you've ever had the flu where you throw up, you know what I'm about to say. So I threw up in the hospital and pooped on my pants.
Throwing up makes you poop. It just
This
happens.
is just quality podcasting.
I warned you. I warned you.
This is not the
This
poop
is ex-
story either. This is
This
not
is
the poop.
exactly
It
what we
gets
should
worse.
talk about at the panel. Just be like, hey guys, fucking poop stories. Poop
We
stories
could
always.
just the poop story.
Because
Just be
everyone
like,
has
"I tell
one."
the poop story?" Okay,
The key to a
so
successful podcast is poop stories.
this just be a panel because this is a long story. So, so then I changed into the hospital clothes. Then it was like go to throw up, and then call the nurse afterward. I pooped the floor. Can you clean it up? I can't control it. It's not my fault.
Oh, God.
Then I started to guard farts in the hospital bed. And then like twice I was like, "Can you come change the bedding?" And she's like, "It happens. It's okay. It's a nurse. You know, she's seen worse." Okay, Dove is dying. She's at work too. She's at the gathering place laughing at my poop story. So finally, like it started to subside, and they let me go home that afternoon. They were like, "We don't know what happened. Maybe it was something in your system and it washed out. We don't know. So maybe it was a virus. We don't know. If it's a virus, you'll get over it." So a week and a half later, it came back. The burps started up, the pooping, the throwing up, and it lasted for that was like at night, and then it lasted the whole next day. And I was like, "This is the worst." Now I know it's bacterial. Then I went to Austin the following week. It was after I had said I was going to go to Austin, and maybe I was thinking about going to the convention in Austin. I was going to hang out with the SideQuest guys, but I went a week earlier than that because that's when I had time off. And I was going to go see Matt. I was going to have burgers at his house. We were going to drive down to Corpus Christi the following day, and then like I was going to have lunch with Adam Baird that Tuesday, and then drive to Corpus Christi. But then it happens Friday. So at the hotel room, we got Pizza Hut. You guys ever get the big box that has the two pizzas and in the middle is the pasta with the chicken?
No, but that
It is
sounds
amazing.
awesome.
It is so good. So I had my own pizza, and we all had pasta, and then the burp started, and I was like, I hate my life.
But the pizza. So
I
then
was
the
so
burp
upset.
started, and then the pooping, and then throwing up, and then throwing poop, and the pooping up, and oh good.
No, I get to tell the story. Screw you. I'm telling the story. So, yeah, the throwing up and pooping started. Well, the pooping started, and then throwing up, and I was smart that time. I just grabbed the trash can next to me in the hotel bathroom, and I was throwing up in the bathroom. Then came the middle of the night. Oh crap! Nobody's awake. That's fine, but I have to go. I can't sleep tonight because I'm going to constantly wake up and have to go poop. So I went and sat down on the toilet. This is the poop story. So I went to sit down on the
God.
toilet, and as I was approaching, I was making my approach. I was like, "Oh, this is happening." So I for dear life, it came out, and I was like, "Okay, gravity works. I know gravity works. I've lived for 33 years. Well, 32 at the time." It
Can I have
didn't
that on a
work.
shirt? I'm sorry to cut it, but can I have gravity works on a shirt, please?
The toilet that says gravity works.
Gravity works.
So, unfortunately, that's not the way buttholes work.
Jesus.
So
How
I went
do
inside,
buttholes work? Tell me more.
and I touched the lid, and I was like, there's something there. And I realized, I turned around, and that's when I realized that the floor, the wall, the entire toilet was covered in basically chicken Alfredo.
Oh God! I'm gonna go throw up myself now.
And I've changed diapers before, and this is worse.
Oh,
This was the worst. Like, hey, diapers are rank.
warning,
And
contents
okay,
under pressure.
But this was not rank. This was pungent.
This was foul.
So bad. It was so bad. I wanted to throw up again, not from being sick, but from smelling it. And
Can
so
I tell a
Gina,
throw-up story?
no, I'm not done. And then
Can I tell a throw-up story?
Yes.
So Gina has the hardest time waking up when it's like the middle of the night because she is just a rock sleeper, unless she's having nightmares about zombies. And when
As you do.
I was pregnant. So I called Gina weekly because I'm like sick. I just threw up, I just pooped, and I'm having to clean up my own mess when I'm dealing with E. coli, and it's basically the flu 3 times in a month.
I don't know.
So I call Gina. She comes to the bathroom, and like I can tell she's not really awake, and she's like, "Weekly, what's the matter?" I'm like, "Gina, look."
No. No.
I need the rest of the story, said stuff. I'm like, Gina, look, I'm in a mess. Can you help me clean it? She goes, that smells really bad. I'm gonna go back to bed.
That is an intelligent person.
You must help me. She went back to bed. And then
Good.
I spent the next half hour using toilet paper to clean up the entire mess on my knees, sick as a dog, hoping that nothing happened during that time. Finally got it clean. And the next morning, she was like, the bathroom smells really bad. And I'm like, yeah, so here's what happened. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't help you. And I was like, I don't think you were awake. It's okay. Like, I was
Did I
pissed
throw up?
off
Yeah.
at the time, but
Did you clean it up? Yeah.
yeah, the Griffin story. I was like, you weren't awake. It's fine. I dealt with it. But, man, I don't want to deal with that again. So we went to the doctor. And the doctor who's now my doctor, the one that helped me lose weight, he that was the first time I ever had him. He was like, yeah, it's probably E. coli or something like that. So here's what we're going to do. Laxative for 2 days. And clear out the system.
I don't think
With
it needs
nothing-
any more help. It's just flying out.
Yeah.
The system. Next 2 days, antibiotics. And then next 2 days, Activia yogurt to re-sort out the bacteria in my body. I got to tell you, it worked. So...
Did you have to
Please,
tell us?
please, if you feel like you have the flu, but it's not going away, go to the doctor. It will keep coming back, and then you will have to clean up a bathroom because gravity doesn't work when your butthole is involved.
Oh my God.
Gravity works, except for buttholes.
I don't know.
Make a
I want
t-shirt out of
on a
that.
shirt.
That's the long version of the story, and now it's Shoban's turn, and then we have to end.
I dated a woman for 5 years. I would never have asked her to clean up after me in a situation like that.
That
It was only because I was sick, and I really wanted nothing more than to sleep. Okay, it is now Shoban's turn, and then we are done.
Wait, I have a story to tell.
Oh, you were the one with the story. Okay, you go.
yeah, wasn't
Oh,
me.
okay, I was like, what the fuck? You're just gonna get the show on you go.
Who's in the lightning round? Me.
You were going to make us go long, Andres.
I'm gonna try and tell this
We're
5
already
hour
going
story
long.
as fast
Tell
as
the
I can.
freaking story.
Okay, so this was like almost a year ago, probably a little bit less than or a little bit more than a year. I won a party at this bar here in Houston called Howl at the Moon. It's a dueling piano bar.
That's a great story.
Freaking awesome
See you later,
place.
folks.
What'd you say?
Go ahead.
Keep going, Andres.
And I won the party online, and it was like, hey, bring all your friends, and they can have one free drink. And I was like, free drink? All right, cool, I'm down. So I go to this party, and I have it planned like a month in advance. And everyone thinks that it's my birthday. And after like 6 people saying, "Hey, happy birthday," I'm just like, fuck it. It's my birthday. I don't care anymore. So everyone is buying me drinks. And at a certain point, I'm just like, "Hey guys, let's get a bucket." Because we're all, gonna buy drinks, but let's just get a bucket to share together. And so we got an adios motherfucker in a bucket. Now, if you don't know what an adios motherfucker is, let me tell you exactly what is in it, because it is mean, man. So an adios motherfucker is vodka, rum, tequila, gin, blue curacao liquor, and sweet and sour mix, or 7-Up to top it off.
Wow.
It is mean.
That is a lot of alcohol.
All right, so we're gonna do that at RTX, right?
Oh, dude, I'm down.
I have a list of my house right now. How about do that tonight?
So imagine that in a bucket that's about the size of your head, okay? No one wanted to have any. Everyone was like, "No, I'm good. I don't really, I'm fine." And I was like, "I just bought this bucket for us. Why is no one fuck you guys, I'm drinking this by myself."
Oh
no.
God.
Bad idea.
Man, let me tell you, that was a mistake.
Is that like the Griffin story?
Oh no.
Oh, I don't know, but it was bad. Let me finish telling it.
What did I
So,
do?
progressively, as the bucket became less full, I became a much better dancer, or at least in my head I was.
I also became prettier.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, you were
Everybody
Michael
was beautiful
Jackson.
that night. But we leave the place, and I'm drunk as the day is long, and I'm like, "There's a pizza place across the street." Yes. So we go to this pizza place. It's called Gotham City Pizza here in Houston. Amazing pizza. They have a 54-inch pizza, and I was like, drunk Andres was just like, "Hey, if we don't get that, we're all bitches. So let's get that."
Did you start arm wrestling
We're all
people, like,
bitches if we don't get.
I will arm wrestle you until you buy this pizza for us.
The funniest part was there was only 3 of us. There was only 3 of us. Why? What? And you know what Drunk Andres said? Drunk Andres was like, "It's okay, we'll make friends."
I like Drunk Andres. I like the way he thinks.
So
Can we get a
Drunk
picture of
Andres
Drunk Andres?
Drunk Andres bought a 54-inch pizza, and it wasn't a pepperoni or anything like that. It was a special pizza called Meat Town. And as soon as I ordered it, I yelled loudly in this tiny restaurant, "I'm taking you motherfuckers to Meat Town!" It was amazing. Oh, I had so much confidence that night. So we're eating the pizza, and we kill it. We do such a good job and destroy it. But then Drunk Andres starts to feel, really bad. And Drunk Andres has realized, "Oh, I have a ride home, so I'm good."
Oh no.
That ride home was kind of new to Houston. Forgot where he parked his car.
I can understand.
We spent an hour and a half looking for his car. We were looking on the wrong side of the street.
Oh.
It was 45 feet from the bar, and we were on the opposite side of the street and walking up and down, going through neighborhoods. It was the worst. So, we're riding home, and my friend is being the biggest dick in the world because he knows that, I have to throw up. And the only thing I can think of in my head is, "Don't throw up in this car. If you throw up in this car, he's going to make you clean it. Don't...
If you throw up in this car, you're a bitch."
Don't throw up in this car." And the entire time we're driving, he's just turning around. "You doing okay, buddy?
I'd throw up in his car.
And he's taking turns super quick for no reason.
That's it.
Oh, no,
Throw up in
there
his
is a
car.
reason.
Drunk Andres goes,
There's
"That's it."
absolutely a reason, but he's being a dick about it. And so we finally get to my house, and he's like, "Hey man, we're here," because his friend was in the passenger seat. I was in the back seat, and I was just like, "Thanks, later," because I couldn't say words. If I said words, it was gonna come out.
Yeah.
So I was just like, "Nope, I'm giving you 2 words, and then you can fuck off." So I get out of the car, I walk up to my garage, I put in the code, the garage starts to open, I turn around, and I say, "Oh God, no!"
Oh.
I throw up in my driveway, and it is the worst and best feeling of my life.
Being
It is
done
the
with
worst,
it.
just throwing up is just terrible, and I hate it. But getting done with all that is just thank you, God. So I go inside.
Yeah.
I go inside because my only thought is, okay, I have to clean my beard.
Oh.
So I go inside and I clean my beard, and my mom. At this point, it's like 3 a.m. My mom is here, and she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm doing okay now." And she was like, "Oh, Andres needs help, but I'm asleep."
I'm asleep. Andres can get help from somebody else.
So like, I clean up my beard, and I like brush my teeth, and like get all the nasty taste out of my mouth. I go back outside, and I'm like, if I leave this here, it's gonna smell even worse. So I get a garden hose and I start spraying down my driveway. And there's people who like my neighbors. They work on the weekends, but they get up really early. So at this point, it's like 30. One of my neighbors comes out and he sees me watering the driveway, and he's just like, "Hey, are you okay?"
How drunk are you?
And at this point, I'm not drunk anymore because all the evil has left my body. But
I evacuated that party.
he looks at me, he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was just like, "It was a good night, man." And he was just like, "Okay." And he gets in his car and drives away. I spent another hour cleaning up the driveway, but it was the best fucking bucket I've ever drank in my life. I took people to Meat-town, damn it.
That back and forth, the best and worst feeling when you are about to throw up and you're basically praying, "I will turn around my life and become a missionary."
Yeah.
If I don't throw up, I don't want to throw up. As though you don't want to throw up, and then after you're like, "I'm so glad I did that."
Yeah.
But then I gotta say that when you've been sick for like 2 days from like the actual flu, you can't hardly laugh because your diaphragm is just bruised, and that happened to me 3 times during that month last year. I couldn't laugh, and Tristan remembers because he's a dick and was making me laugh.
It was the worst and best feeling immediately after, and I swore I would never drink again, and then I went to RTX.
Well, yeah, you went to RTX. Okay,
Luckily at
so
RTX I didn't throw up. I was pretty good.
Yeah.
so we should wrap up.
Oh wait, I have
Since-
another story. No, I'm kidding.
No, since Andres made us go late,
Again. Every time. All the times.
but we wouldn't have it any other way. We love you, Andres.
I think that live streams should be allowed to be 1 hour.
Yeah, the live stream should be 1 hour if we've got people in the chat enjoying it. If it's not like that, then we could just end it a half hour. But people were here enjoying it, so we went full hour.
There you go.
Well, at least we assume that they're enjoying it.
Well, I mean, Woman Friday's glad she listened in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got to hear that poop story.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no, Dove, you don't get to bring up when you need to fart and it's not really a fart, because that's another story, and I'm going to tell that next time we have a live stream. I have other stories. I have so many stories that I'm going to
You
tell.
got a fart, but it turns into a shart.
Listen,
Well, I've got a story about that. I have
limit
a
one
story.
poop story per podcast.
Yes, I'm saving that for the next live stream. We're planning on having more live streams, maybe at least once a month. So tune in for those. All right, guys. Each of us gets to say a short goodbye. You get 10 seconds. Go, Andres.
Oh man, 10 seconds. This is so much pressure. Give me 12. No, I'm joking. You guys, it has been awesome being on this podcast as many times as I have been. I appreciate it, and I love your faces.
Oh.
Aw.
Shoban.
Hey,
We're going to go in
I
opposite
mean,
order here.
Yeah. No, I want to thank you guys for having me on here again. This is awesome. Like every time I get to be on a podcast and stuff and be involved with the Rooster Teeth community is always a fun time. So thanks for getting me involved again. Oh.
Malachi?
Well, I am happy to be a part of Player 4 Podcast, and I hope to be somewhat entertaining in the future to come.
Only
It's my
somewhat.
turn. It's my turn. I love your faces, all
Time.
of them. I'm so glad that I got to know everybody over this past year, even though I knew most of you already. But getting to meet with you guys once a week and having these guests on and getting all this feedback from our listeners and creating content that people are genuinely engaged in is just a lot to take in. # blessed. And getting to tell poop stories and people enjoying it, you know? So That was my 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Alex, your turn.
Your 10
Yeah,
seconds. It was
that
30
not 10
seconds.
seconds.
Can't even follow his own rules.
Hey, I spent the most time on it. I get to spend the most time being sad and happy.
I'm hoping.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
All right. All the little ones, cover your ears. 1 year down, bitches.
Damn it, he stole mine.
On to year 2 and beyond.
I liked it.
That was awesome.
It was good stuff. It was good.
And Joseph, I'm saving the one part for the final.
Okay. Tristan?
Tristan's got stone tools.
Woohoo!
1 year. Remember that. You'll remember us forever.
Eloquent as always. What's
Right?
the thing you're going to say, Alex?
Well, once everyone says goodbye, I mean, is
think
that
we say
really
goodbye.
everybody's goodbye?
I think so.
Okay. Goodbye.
Woohoo!
See
We had caboose at the end. Do-do-do-do. Down.
Yeah.
That's our
theme
theme.
song.
That's
Okay.
the new theme song.
That is the theme.
I don't know.
And then it goes wob wob wob. Wob wob wob. Good night, everybody.
Stop streaming.